Hello there, I'm Reg Gutteridge, changing from the fight game to the grappling game, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce this latest video, Wrestling Madness. And believe me, you really are going to see some mad wrestling. British wrestling, in fact, has a great reputation for its style and quality, and it's growing in popularity in many other countries. Big names like Giant Haystacks, Bomber Pat Roach, Fit Finlay, and many others are drawing in the crowds, packing arenas really to capacity wherever they appear. Well, American wrestling has a lot of pizzazz and hype and showmanship, but when it comes to style and quality, even the American wrestlers will acknowledge that the British is best. So you sit back now and enjoy these tremendous bouts that we have for you. We've got a great tag match featuring Giant Haystacks and Drew McDonald. The World Heavyweight Championship between those two giants of the ring, Bull Power and Monsieur Rambo. A chain match featuring Danny Boy Collins and Fit Finlay. The 14-man rumble, yes, 14 men in the ring, and the last one left standing is, of course, the winner. But first we have the World Lightweight Championship between Johnny Saint and Kid McCoy. And after the match, we have Princess Paula, one of the great characters of Lady Wrestling, interviewing Tony Stewart, who's the current lightweight champion. So now back to ringside to join our regular commentator, Lee Bamber.
Thank you, Reg. Yes, we've reserved you your ringside seats for what's surely going to be a cracker of a match. It's the World Lightweight Championship and belt. Johnny Saint against the youngster, and there he is, Kid McCoy. One fall to decide. Here we go for round two. Round two, just the one fall to decide the lightweight championship of the world. And whether you're a keen athlete or whether the nearest you get to what could be described as a contact sport is parking, this is going to be the match. Already Johnny Saint on the attack there with that backbreaker. Saint defending his title. He has done a few times against this youngster, Kid McCoy from Keighley in Yorkshire. But after a series of elimination matches, this is the one. 42 matches up and down the country have resulted in the final, which we have here at the moment. Oh, and perhaps Kid should have gone with that whip to save himself some pain, because Johnny Saint's going to be on the attack there. And referee Brian George from Liverpool in charge of this one. Two super athletes of the wrestling ring. Johnny Saint's been the world champion for many, many years. He's only lost it twice in his career. He won it way back in 1976 in Bolton. Lost it briefly to the great Jimmy Breaks and to Mike Flash Jordan. But apart from that, has been the champion ever since. As you can see, he's going to have his work cut out here with young Kid McCoy. Kid McCoy right on the 11-stone weight limit for the lightweights. And Johnny Saint just a couple of pounds under him. So that front strangle hold could possibly try and bridge his way out of it. And a side headlock. Now, how powerful is that being put on? Can he possibly slip out from underneath there? Well, both these men are master tacticians of the lightweight, both know nearly every trick in the book. Johnny Saint, throughout his career, has been called the master of 1,000 holds, and it's easy to see why. Double finger interlock. And that ends round two. It's going to be a sporting contest, this. Both wrestlers have great respect for each other. There's Johnny Saints defending his title yet again. 5'8.5" of Johnny Saints, just under the 11-stone mark. And Kid McCoy from Keighley in Yorkshire.
20th round.
Round 3 then, as we say, just the one fall to decide. Kid McCoy in the Union Jack trunks. And Kid McCoy has in fact been the champion of Great Britain himself. He was champion in the early part of the 90s. He took the title off of Steve Gray, the Golden Star from Peckham. Plenty of technical know-how from both men.
Come on now. Come on. Come on now.
Now, will he try and lift him? Because if he does, that'll be a very painful move. Up he goes, referee there, right there, should he want to submit. As you can see, Saints just won't let go. Still working on that wrist movements. First rules of wrestling, of course, keep going for one particular part. Weaken it till they submit. Super acrobatics from both men. And both men are certainly going to know they've been in a match after this. They both know they're fighting for the lightweight championship of the world. Try for that reverse press, just the count of 2. And of course, in a normal match, perhaps Johnny Saint could afford to take a bit of a breather and maybe almost give in to a possible pinfall, but this is just a one-fall match. So the count of 3 and it's the end of the bout. Still working on that same wrist, you notice, as well. Once again, Johnny Saint putting all the pressure on. But he's got to hurry. It's almost the end of the round. There goes the bell. And there he is, the champion from Blackpool, Johnny Saints. Born in Manchester, moved to Blackpool, and made his debut in the wrestling ring in Newcastle when he was still a teenager. And there's Kid McCoy, who is still a teenager, only just 20 next week. There are rumours around wrestling that if Johnny Saint was to lose this match, he may well retire. He's been talking about retiring for a number of months. We've certainly been seeing him less and less around the country. But he has told me in a previous chat with him in the dressing room that if he did lose his title, there's no one he'd rather take the crown than Kid McCoy. Wrist lever in favour of McCoy. Super head throw. That's the move McCoy's famous for. And so close, just gets to the count of 2. This is the high-flying antics of 2 fine professional wrestlers. Now Saint going for his favorite 3-in-1 move. He's got an armbar, a grapevine hold on there as well. And that is most uncomfortable for Kid McCoy. And now also the leg goes over the head to get complete leverage. That's super 3-in-1 move from Johnny Saint. But no, can't quite hold it. Well, it's nice to see two fine wrestlers obeying the rules of professional wrestling. Of course, the rules different in the UK than they are in America. More rules here in Britain, and both of them are sticking to the letter of the law. All the way back in the 1940s, when the rules of British wrestling as we know them were formed, founded by a committee headed by Admiral Lawrence Mount Evans, way back in the 40s. And the famous Johnny Saint ball. And Kid McCoy takes that arm. He knew he shouldn't have done that. Super stuff. That's why they call him the master of 1,000 holds. And that's why he's held that belt since 1976. End of another good round. Wrestling, of course, not on points, but if it were a points match, that's the man I think is just ahead, the defending champion. But let's see that super rope trick, the Yorkshire rope trick from Kid McCoy. Throws the man across, grabs hold of his head, charges into the ropes, up 1, 2, 3, double back somersault, and out. Finishes off with a neat drop kick. Round he goes. And he hasn't finished yet. Super move.
The mid-roll.
It's those kind of moves that make the lightweight such a box office draw in matches up and down the country. The heavyweights not always quite so agile. Head mare. Could have followed that through, but decides just to let that weakening move take its toll on the champion. Trying now for that reverse power lock. And if he was to lean back now, it could be the end of the championship night for Johnny Saint. Decides against it. Now then, turns that into a backbreaker. Has he just taken... Is he just trying too much, I wonder? Always trying, always finding a new way, a new move. He's just down now to an armbar. Kid McCoy had the chance of almost turning that into a surfboard or a power lock. Oh! And who's come out of that the best? They didn't exactly clash heads, they more like clash shoulders. Referee Brian George counting both men. Only up at 9. Oh, and that will hurt straight on that arm. He weakened that in the earlier move. Now what kind of landing has he had there? A reverse folding press. 1, 2. Out at 2. And the suplex over. 1, 2, not quite, no. 2 3/4, so close, Johnny Saint. Not quite there, the shoulders weren't quite down. For the count of 3. Trying again, another suplex possibly. Lift. And he's got it. This time he makes sure. So once again, the world lightweight champion is Blackpool's Johnny Saints. What a match.
Johnny Saints.
And it takes two to make a good match. What a good match from Kid McCoy, but still the champion, Johnny Saints. Well done, Johnny.
Johnny Saints, Pen Campo, Pusiascam, Ohi.
Well, there you've just seen Johnny Saint winning the 1990 Lightweight Championships. And here with me at the moment I have the current champion, Tony Stewart. Tony, tell me a bit about yourself.
Well, I started wrestling when I was about 5 years old, back in Carrickfergus, Northern Ireland. And I started in an amateur club called the Carrick Amateur Club, and it's run by Dave Finlay. And he's had it for quite a few years before I went there. And he put me through training in the amateur ranks. I've won the British Championships 3 times, the National Championships once. And once I won the National Championships, he thought I was ready to go into the professional rank.
Tell me a bit about the training that you actually do.
Well, the training I actually do now for the professional wrestling is mostly running for my speed and adrenaline. I go down onto the beach, I run on the beach, I come up onto the ground again, I run on the gravel, run for 100 yards, walk for 100 yards, run for 100 yards, you know, like that there. Then I go back down onto the sand again, run for 100 yards, dig up the sand with a plank of wood, run for 100 yards, dig up the sand again with a plank of wood, you know, vice versa, all the way through. Then at the end of the training day I would go into the sea, the ocean itself, and swim for about half an hour, because that toughens you up as well.
Even though you're going to defend your title in 4 weeks, are you still going to carry on wrestling?
Oh yeah, I wrestle as often as I can, maybe every night of the week I wrestle, but I train during the day, so I do, up early in the morning, sometimes I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning training.
You seem very sure of yourself, Tony. Obviously, to commit yourself like that, you know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, you have to be a little bit sure of yourself for to go into that ring. You go into that ring to win and nothing else, so there's no point in going into the ring and saying I'm going to get beat. So the attitude I've got is I'm going in to win.
Is there anything you'd like to say to any challengers coming toward you?
Well, yes, I'd like to say that I'm a sportsman, and I'd just like to wish him all the best on the night.
So here we go then. This is the big one, the CWA World Heavyweight Championship. Welcome to Bremen. Here we are at the 12,000-seater Starkhalle to see this match, Bull Power from America against Monsieur Rambo, the French-Canadian. And this is the match. They're after the belt of the legendary Otto Vance, and already the match has started. It's gone off. It's gone off already. We haven't even started the match. And already into the crowd they go. All hell breaking loose tonight at the Starkhalle. Mayhem here already at Bremen. The introductory announcements haven't already been made. There's the belt they're fighting for. That's the man who from 1977, apart from a couple of upsets, has had the belt, the great Otto Vance. Well, now hopefully they've calmed down and ready to start this match properly. There he is, Bull Power against Rambo. 15 rounds this one, and again, one fall, one submission, or the knockout will decide. The CWA World Heavyweight Championship match is underway. And already this packed to capacity, 12,000 people here are on the side of Rambo. 197 centimeters, 132 kilos of Rambo, a good-looking French-Canadian, and they all want him to win against this monster. 25 stones from Denver, Colorado, Bull Power. And it seems almost unbelievable to see a CWA World Heavyweight match that doesn't feature Otto Vance. Everybody's favorite Otto Vance from Graz. He won the title originally on the 2nd of August 1977 in Cape Town, South Africa. Defended it many, many times, In 1978 in Dortmund, drew with Antonio Inoki of Japan, the legendary wrestler who now spends most of his time in the political scene. But this is the match that for the first time sees the belt leaving Otto and going on to Bull Power or possibly Rambo. And there really is power behind Bull Power. Standing clothesline, straight down he goes. Referee for this match, specially appointed in charge from Great Britain, Brian George. And out he goes and following through, and once more we see some mayhem in the crowd. This is not allowed. And you can see both men desperate to take home that World Championship belt, and they'll do anything. Bull Power back in the ring. So that's the kind of match it's going to be. Bull Power obviously already setting out his stall of what kind of match he's after. And again, so far, it's been Bull Power's match. And again, attacking the man when he's down, not allowed. So that's the end of the first round. Now, what sort of round has Rambo had? Well, what a flying start to this match. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before. Into the crowd 2 times, the first time before the match had even started. And this in a World Championship match, and already you can see the blood coming from Rambo. He looks in trouble already. Is he going to last? We've only had 1 round. There's another 14 to go. The final toweling down, just about ready now for the next round, round 2. And what can he do now? He turned professional in 1982. He has plenty of experience. Based now in Montreal, and Bull Power comes steaming across, following through with those arm charges, headbutts. He'll do anything to get that Otto Walz's belt. Over the last 4 or 5 years, certainly in the early part of 1990s, Bull Power has been the biggest threat to the CWA heavyweight crown. He has won a colossal amount of matches. But Rambo fighting back. The jabs, the straight fingers. What can Bull Power do now? Well, this really is turning into a titanic struggle between these 2 super ring gladiators, and Bull Power certainly felt that. The big man from Colorado takes a breather. And once more into the crowd we go. Well, Brian George is going to have to do something about this. Following in with the knees, there's the referee. He's gone to get them back in the ring. Of course, he could easily disqualify either or both of them in this sort of tactics in a World Championship match. The referee shall have sole and entire charge of the contest, and the wrestlers, whilst they're in the ring, and his decision at all times must be final. Those are the rules of wrestling. You can see the contempt that Bull Power has for those rules. go once more. The ringside crowd settle down. Very nice, secure toe and ankle hold there. That leg bar is certainly causing some problem for Bull Power. Of course, it's just, again, the one fall or one submission to decide. And if Rambo can lean back a little bit more, but no, it's the end of the round, no time to continue that move. He is French-Canadian Rambo, based now in Montreal. Away we go then for the next round. And again, it's all the strength moves, it's all the power moves, the force, the juggernaut-like power behind Bull Power. 25 stone plus of energy, and here we go! Well, he had ideas of sandwiching Rambo in the corner there, but it didn't work. And the attacks come thick and fast now. And there's 132 kilograms of power coming down from Rambo. A crutch hold and the slam. And you certainly need strength to lift up 25 stone plus and deposit him with such ease. There's the man who lives in the Rocky Mountains, the home of the grizzly bear. Which aptly describes the way he's feeling at the moment, I reckon. And only just about up there. Bull Power is in trouble. For the first time in this match, Rambo takes a hold of this match and looks ahead. If that had been nearer the ropes, he would have gone out again. And another clutch hold and slam. I think Rambo's saving himself for later on, because a lesser wrestler would have tried to go across there to get the pinfall, but he's obviously got plans. Yes, and Bull Power is definitely taking it easier. He's not in good shape at all. His former American footballer, Bull Power, also like Rambo, turned professional in 1982. Super cover. 1, 2, and he's got it! He's got it! The Starkhalle goes mad. Bull Power has taken it. The count of 3. It's a 1-fall match, and that means Bull Power from Denver, Colorado, is the heavyweight champion of the world. Celebrations in that corner. Otto Wanz's belt goes to the American. And there are 12,000 people here at the Starkhalle. Not happy with that at all. Well, the great Otto Wanz, there he is, the man who's held the belt. And he's synonymous with this weight bracket of the CWA. We saw him in Britain at the Royal Albert Hall in September 1984. For this match, he fought Ray Steele and won. And now the belt goes from the retiring Otto Wanz, goes around the waist of Bull Power, the new heavyweight champion of the world. So here we go, folks, tag team time. And already we have a formula for fear here. Giant Haystacks and the menacing Drew McDonald facing up to Robbie Brookside. and Bomber Pat Roach. Anything can happen, and it probably will as we get this match underway. 30 minutes of wrestling, 2 falls, 2 submissions, 2 knockouts, or 2 disqualifications will decide the winning side. So it's Drew McDonald against Robbie Brookside to start us off. Drew McDonald from Perth in Scotland. The one-time Scots Guards, 3 years in the Scots Guards, until he turns his attention on professional wrestling. Great believer in the old adage, nothing exceeds like excess when it comes to wrestling. Super side headlock already. Certainly has plenty of power behind him. 20 stone plus of power from Scotland. A neat body check, and down goes Brookside. We first saw Brookside in the middle 80s. He didn't have quite so much hair in those days, and certainly long hair is a disadvantage in wrestling. Plenty for an opponent to pull. Very nice catch and take over throw. And a rolling crutch, lovely, and straight onto the armbar. Super move from Robbie Brookside. This popular lad from Liverpool. And really wrenching that arm back there. Here we go, posting early for Christmas, and out the way. Brookside, we've seen over the years, he's got better and better and better. And now we find in the early 90s, he has the honor of being the world heavy middleweight champion, a title he won when the legendary rollerball Mark Rocco retired. In 1991, Robbie Brookside took the crown, the new world heavy middleweight champion. And certainly he needs all his speed and agility because he's in with much, much heavier men. Brookside just under 14 stone. We've got Drew McDonald at over 20. Pat Roach at about 21, 22. And Giant Haystacks, who we've yet to see in this match, weighing in at a colossal 43 stone. Forearm smashes and Drew McDonald doesn't know where he is. The invitation to tag is there, but he chooses not to accept it. And in comes the big man from Manchester, 6'11", over 40 stones of Giant Haystacks. Arguing with the crowd as always. He is absolute man mountain from Manchester. And again, blindside tactics to the referee. Brian George is certainly going to have his work cut out in this match. And a fist straight to the stomach. We saw that here. But the referee round the other side of the ring arguing with Pat Roach. And again, punching not allowed in professional wrestling. You can use the flat of the hand, but not the fist. Pat Roach offering the tag. He's only inches away. Brookside can just get those fingers. We can see Bomber Pat Roach in the ring for the first time in this match. Good night, Vienna. Out he goes. And really, the tactics of the Haystacks and McDonald's side are obviously pick on the lighter fella, pick on the small guy. Back comes McDonald. Now that follow through. Too late, not part of the same move. It has to be a continuous move. And the referee reprimands him quite rightly. There's a suplex, and straight up he goes. Brookside, we first saw turn professional in January 1983. So there's a 10 years or so of experience there. Can't quite lift him. If Brookside can get the power, he has. And McDonald will certainly know all about that. Now, what's he up to now? Flying drop kick. And McDonald in a bit of trouble here. Up at 5. Just the counter 2, not quite the weight to keep him down, but he's going to have another go. Is this a good move? McDonald's surely wise to what's coming now. Yes, he is. Takes him and throws him. Telegraphed that one, and in for the first time, the star of Auf Wiedersehen Pet, Bomber Pat Roach. So now let's see what kind of medicine Pat Roach can hand out. Took part in the TV series to find the world's strongest man. Pat was in it, so he's a formidable foe for anybody. 6'5", nearly 22 stone, Pat Roach. And another body check. And McDonald knew all about that. In comes Brookside. Well, I can see McDonald tagging Haystack soon. He's going to need to because he's going to be in trouble otherwise. There it is. Giant Haystacks, he's fought everywhere all around the world. A Spanish bull ring, a circus tent in Spain, an open-air arena on the French Riviera. Oh! And 40-plus stone goes careering into that corner pad. And I doubt if Brookside's going to get up from that. 8, 9, no, that's it. He's out. Brookside failing to beat the count of 10. So it's the first score in favour, Drew McDonald and Giant Haystacks, and that means Pat Roach is on his own. He can choose to continue the match should he wish to, or forfeit it. Either way, it's now 2 against 1, the first score to the big men from the red corner. So here we go, the second session, and Brookside limps back to the dressing room. So away we go again then. Almost 70 stone from one side of the ring against just over 20 on the others. It may seem unfair. That's just the way this match has happened to work out in the end. Referee Brian George sorting it out. The man who finishes one round or one score must continue. So it's got to be Giant Haystacks against Pat Roach. and trying the same tactics as worked against Robbie Brookside. And that foot straight across the throat. 40 stone plus of power coming down on the throat of the crowd. As you can see, they don't like this. When Haystack wrestles in Canada, they bill him as the Loch Ness Monster. And in comes Drew McDonald. There's a neat drop kick, nearly had him out the ring. Pat Roach can certainly look after himself though. An ex-boxer, plenty of judo experience as well. And the knee drop straight to the base of the spine. Yes, indeed. Now, what kind of landing has Drew McDonald had outside the ring? Scrambled to get back in for the referee's count of 10. Takes him up, pulls him down. A cover, 1, 2, and he's got it, yes. So that makes it all square. Equaliser to Pat Roach. Well, that's even the score a little bit now. As we enter the third session, we've got to go through it all again. There's a man who's not happy at all with that. Well, it's perfectly legal, no problem with that at all. Pat Roach was in fact the bodyguard on one occasion to Miss World, Miss Brazil a few years back. Power to knock him down, and outside interference there. There's the referee seeing that, and I think it's disqualified. It's one score apiece, so if anyone gets disqualified, it's the end of the match. There goes the bell. Yes, Brian George's actions are clear. I think he's disqualified both men, so it's back to the dressing room. Drew McDonald disqualified for tripping from the outside, and Giant Haystack's back to the dressing room as well, which means the winner of this match still in the ring, Bomber Pat Roach, and the man who's left it, Robbie Brookside.
Bomber Pat Roach.
Haystack's not happy, but it's a win for Brookside and Roach in this tag match. And still the argument continues. I think Haystack is now challenging Pat Roach to a title match, because you may know these two have fought recently for the European Heavyweight Championship match. It belongs to Haystacks at the moment. But Pat Roach was the man on the losing side then. And I think there's a championship challenge.
You are not worthy of a title championship match.
So here we go with a most unusual match, an international style chain match. Danny Collins from Bristol on the left of your screen in the red trunks against the one and only Dave Finley from Ireland. There's very little rules in this match. The only way the match can be won, there are no time limits, no submissions, no falls, no knockouts. The only way to win this match is to climb up the ring to the red or the blue corner and take a flag, which is currently being held just above the corner post. That's the only way this match can be won. Get a flag and you get the winner's purse. And there it is, that steel chain. Both these wrestlers very eager to actually take part in this match, because over the last 4 or 5 years, the heat between these two in various matches, championship matches, tournament matches, tag matches up and down the country, the tenacity with which both of these wrestlers fight, unbelievable. And both of them jumped at the chance to be actually manacled together. Finlay says, "So the boy can't escape me." Well, we shall see. Referee for this one, Chico Roberts. And the only way he can interfere in this match at all is if it's dangerous for the breathing or dangerous in the opinion of the referee. No other rules apply. And there's Princess Paula, as always, at Finlay's side, out of the ring, causing some problems for Danny Collins. This most genteel and feminine of all wrestling managers, as you can see. And that's how you see the chain match works. Forget the rules you're used to, forget the British wrestling rules. It's keeping them together. There's no escape for either one. So it's definitely a case of keep pounding away to your opponent, and then when you get a chance, climb the rope and go for a flag. Yes, referee Chico Roberts saying that's dangerous, so he wants that hold broken. Finlay from Carrickfergus, 5'11". Finlay, 15 stone 4 pounds in our ways. And that's where the weight counts. Knee drop with the chain straight to the forehead of Danny. Finlay turned semi-professional in 1974 and then a full-time career from 1979 straight into the neck of Danny Collins. And that's the attraction for both wrestlers of this chain match. There is no escape. I was talking to Finlay earlier on in the dressing room and mentioned the fact that Princess Paula always by his side, always in some way interfering with the matches. I pointed out to him that it wasn't really fair. He said he doesn't believe in fairness, he doesn't need people to cheer for him. He has the support of Princess Paula, and that's all that he needs. And Danny in trouble now. It's difficult for the referee to know what to do in there, because unlike normal matches, there are no rules as such in this one. So you can't blame Chico Roberts for anything that may happen. And that being used again. Finlay knows how to use these chains. And like a dog on a lead, Finlay still has control. And here comes the Princess Paula. Oh, and she hit Finlay. She hit her own husband. Well, just desserts there, I'm sure you'll agree. Now can Danny come back in the match? Pull him in, Danny. Well, have you ever seen anything like it in all your life? It's definitely 2 against 1. They really do work as a tag team, these two. Paula Valdez, she used to be known as before she married Finlay. She still wrestles, and there's Finlay going for the flag on top of that pole. You may get a chance to see in a minute. Here's a flag. There it is. If he can grab that, the match is over. And Finlay takes the winner's purse. And he's so close. Danny needs to use all his strength. He really needs to pull. Nearly 13 stone to Danny Collins, needing all the strength. Just one more grab and the flag will be Finlay's. No! Danny Collins spent quite a lot of 1992 in Vienna, taking part in the All Nations Cup. He travels around the world, but rarely takes part in these sort of matches. As you can see, relishing a chance against Finlay, the Belfast Bruiser. Finlay will use any tactics he possibly can to win this match. And that's a very nice move. Drop kick sends him sprawling as well. And Danny coming out on top. No time limit, no rounds, no falls, no submissions. It'll continue until one or the other can grab a flag. The people thoroughly enjoying this here. They've never seen a match quite like this before. This superb family spectacle that's going on. Unusual to see the chains involved in a wrestling match. But there's no doubt as to who the winner is. The people here at ringside. And again, that knee drop with the chain over the knees. That's probably the biggest weakening element of this match. And once more, Fit Finlay, this unruly Ulsterman in charge once again. Danny is superb with the athletics, superb with the wrestling skill, but has not had a chance to prove that here. It's not that sort of match. Danny, the British welterweight champion at 17, the European champion at 18, and currently the heavy middleweight champion of Great Britain. So when it comes to wrestling skill and ability, this is the man to watch. But as we say, not much chance of that here today. It's all about weakening your opponent and climbing up a side of the ring. And one of the reasons this is a chain match, we say it's a special grudge match. Danny Collins winning the heavy middleweight championship. He won it off of the man he's fighting. And Paula once more from outside. It really isn't fair. That certainly is not in the rule books, and referee Roberts is going to have to do something about this outside interference from Paula. We were saying Danny Collins won the title from Finlay, and that's why there's this needle. Go on, Danny, pull. Seven-year-old Danny Collins from Bristol really putting on the pressure. Still, apart from that early chance from Finlay, still nobody really close to grabbing the flag and taking the money that comes with winning that flag. And who would have thought when you see a match like this that Dave Finlay had a super career at the Carrickfergus Amateur Wrestling Club, nominated for the Commonwealth Games. And here he is in a chain match where grabbing a flag is all that counts. Now this is Danny's first chance to climb that ring and grab that piece of significance at the top. There it is. You can choose either side. The sparks really are flying here. Now where's Paula? Is she going to come round? No, she's actually staying on one side of the ring for a change. Yes, well now then, who's got a better of that one? That is if they let each other back in the ring. Well, when there's no rules to adhere to, you might as well use any advantage you can. Super one-handed clothesline. And a chance now, Danny's second chance to grab the flag. No, Finley. Right there. Oh yes, super dropkick sends him sprawling out. Oh, what a fireball of action this match is turning out to be. Now, Danny, go for that flag. Well, he was just a few inches away from landing on Paula then. Crutch hold and a possible slam. No, straight into that corner. And that steel metal post there, that really did hurt right at the back. And Danny's in trouble. Finley goes for the flag. Higher and higher. He's got it. That's the bell, that's the flag. And that's the man who's won the special challenge chain match. Fit Finley. So then, here we go for a very, very special match. It's the Battle Royal, and here we go. That's Dave Taylor entering the ring. We'll explain the rules to you in a minute. Tony Sinclair from Redruth in Cornwall. Next in the ring, Drew McDonald. We saw him earlier. Coming in to do battle, El Bandito, Orig Williams. Here comes Skull Murphy, the indestructible bundle of energy from Plymouth. Marty Jones enters the ring. Robbie Hagan follows. Terry Rudge, the shaven head dynamo from Dunstable. There he is. Chick Cullen. Robbie Brookside, the heavy middleweight champion from Liverpool. Danny Collins enters the ring next, the superstar from Bristol. Gary Clwyd from Wales. Kid McCoy from Keighley in Yorkshire. And a super match, we saw him earlier on. And of course, if he's here, Johnny Saint's here as well. It really is a Royal Rumble. There goes the bell. Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, Battle Royal, you can call it what you like. The rules are simple. 14 men start this match. There are no rules. The only conditions is there's only one way to be eliminated, and that's to be thrown or placed over the top rope. And if you get thrown out through the other rope, underneath or through, you can climb straight back in again. The only way to be eliminated is to be placed or thrown over the rope. That's the way the match is won. There are no other conditions. Last man standing is the winner. So here we go. Britain's finest wrestlers in absolute mayhem and madness here. And everybody on to everyone else. Friend against friend, foe against foe. That's Marty Jones trying to get Skull Murphy out. Chick Cullen goes to the assistance. That's Gary Clwyd. He's gone. Gary Clwyd is out already. There's Marty Jones in the background, Johnny Saints. That's Drew McDonald. I'm sure there are a few people who'd like to see him leave very quickly. No other rules, no public warnings. You can do what you like, as long as you go over the top rope. And there nearly goes Rob Brookside, and there he does go. Brookside is out. Absolute mayhem here. Really is a free-for-all. This Super Royal Rumble. That's Tony Sinclair, and he's nearly out. Danny Collins on the shoulders of Marty Jones, and Dave Taylor gets trapped there. That's Robbie Hagan and Orig Williams. Well, if they're not careful, into a shoulder charge from someone, and the whole lot could go there. Have you ever seen anything like this in all your life? Anything is possible. So now, who's going out next on this Battle Royal? There's Marty Jones again, and he's close to the rope. That's Danny Collins, almost depositing him out. Could be good night Vienna for Marty Jones. No. Should have shoulder charged him out there. Now they can. Drew McDonald hang on. crowd here absolutely screaming as Dave Taylor with that super power lift. One of the toughest, roughest men in the heavyweights. Knocked down by Skull Murphy. Forearm smashes there from Drew McDonald. There goes Chip Cullen. He really was the flying Scot there. Well, who's going to win this Royal Rumble? I think your guess is as good as mine. Now that's nearly Dave Taylor out. Tony Sinclair and Terry Rudge with a tussle. Full Nelson at the back. And Tony Sinclair in real trouble here. Tony Sinclair right on the brink of going out, hanging on to that top rope. He really is on a hairline there, just saved. Well, the Welsh favourite, Orig Williams, is still with us. Meanwhile, down the back, Skull Murphy is trying to knock out Dave Taylor. Marty Jones comes to the rescue there. Absolute bedlam going on in the ring here. I can't see Skull Murphy falling from that one. And anyway, Terry Rudge is there to pull him off. You can see how the rule benders stick together against the Blue-Eyed Boys. It'll be interesting to see when we get down to the last 2 or 3 what happens. Well, the fatigue starts to creep in a minute with all this action going on. And you can see there's a few tired bodies in the ring now. There goes Kid McCoy. That's the end of his night. So he goes back to the dressing room. So just over half a dozen wrestlers left in the ring. We started with 14, we're down to about 7. Johnny Saint shoulder charges Robbie Hagan. And goodnight Vienna. Terry Rudge has gone as well. So then it becomes a little bit easier to see what's going on. A backbreaker, Marty Jones, suspended in the air with the strength of Skull Murphy of Plymouth. That's Marty Jones from Oldham. That's the end of his hope. There goes Skull Murphy, put up by Orig Williams of Wales. El Bandito, there he is. And there he goes. So Orig Williams of Wales takes an early bath. They can't continue the match outside. The match can only be won inside the ring. So now, Tony Sinclair, Dave Taylor, Robbie Hagan, Drew McDonald and Danny Collins are left to contend this Royal Rumble. That's Dave Taylor from Bradford. He leaves. So now, who have we got left? Action with a capital A here now. Yes, you see the tactics now pay for the 2 Blue-Eyed Boys, Danny Collins and Tony Sinclair against Robbie Hagan and Drew McDonald of the Scots Garden from Perth. Only one can win, and the one that's left is the man that's the winner. Ah, super move, tag team style there. The old tag team tricks coming in. And I can see from ringside a number of the wrestlers are still with us. Orig Williams is near me now. He wants to find out who's going to win. He hasn't gone back to the dressing room. Lovely switch. Yes. That's a dangerous thing to do, Tony Sinclair. You could be topped over, and he is, yes. Tony Sinclair out of the match. So it's left now to Danny Collins to fly the flag of classy wrestling against Robbie Hagan in the Cerise. Andrew McDonald, and he catches McDonald straight in the face with that forearm smash. And he's not going to be a happy man. So here we go, it's a case of 2 against 1, but anything goes. In this battle royal, we started with 14, we're now down to 3. Double clothesline. And Danny certainly knows how much that felt. Tries it again, he's not going to work the second time. Oh, yes! Another super clothesline. And there goes Gene McDonald. Mad Mac has gone. So now the final. Robbie Hagan, ravishing Robbie Hagan, as he likes to be known, against Danny Collins of Bristol. This is the final of this special King of the Ring. Collins means business, no more shaking hands. Yes, all the wrestlers you can see gathered round ringside to see the final. And tries that leg drop and misses by a mile. That's a very risky move there, Danny. No, it pays off. Well, ringside goes mad. The people here. This is the chance. This is the... No. And the crowd here in Wales willing Danny Collins on against Robbie Hagan. Flying clothesline from the corner. Well, he thinks he's got it all sewn up, and I must say it looks bad for Danny Collins. Ravishing Robbie Hagan, definitely taking over this match. He looks like he'll go another 20 minutes or so, but Danny looks in trouble. Oh no! He was fooling us all. Danny Collins takes it, a super drop kick. Out goes Robbie Hagan, the winner. Danny Boy Collins. And it looks like it's not over yet. Safely deposited outside. The winner of the Royal Rumble, there he is, Danny Collins.
Sure, well, I'm trying to get my breath back after that. It was a very exciting video, isn't it? I mean, the size of those guys, I mean, muscles on muscles, muscles coming out of their ears, and all that kind of thing, and I'm sure that you've enjoyed it almost as much as I have anyway. So from all those guys that have worked hard in the ring, and our production team of O.P. Hughes, Elliot Cohen, John Hawkins, Phil Evans, commentator Lee Bamber, and of course the bruising bombshell, Princess Paula, and me, Reg Gutteridge. We'll see you next time, and meanwhile, stay lucky.